get it out. Now you can be you.
Okay, now I should be live, and you should be able to.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Am I expecting links?
You have to go to my live and copy the link.
Okay.
I don't know what that is. Well, share. Copy link. Wait, share. Hi, Seeker. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I give up. Discord. How do I wrenches? Nope, that's not it. Oh. Please help, Cat. I'd appreciate it. I thought this was going to be on my computer.
I'm going to come in when it's settled down, okay? And I'll be able to fix things, because right now, none of my electronics are working for some reason.
Thank you.
I think the laptop would have been the best idea.
Oh well. Too late for that now. We could have reset up with just the computer instead of my damn phone. Hi, you guys. Welcome back.
I can't even get to you at all anymore.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, fun. Anyway.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Okay, so I was going to use the computer. Quantum affected. Okay, so I was going to use the computer. That's so funny. Oh, glad you enjoyed that, Seeker. That's something that's going to be a regular thing. We enjoy doing it and being able to connect. I do love everything, Bob. Love you. Yeah. Nope. No type. I don't know. I don't know how to give wrenches. So,
right here.
Otherwise, I'd make
we'll get all that.
some people, some moderators, but we're on the phone instead of the computer because of stuff. Middle fingers. What? Anyway. Aw, thanks, Lenny. And okay, so now I was gonna have music in the background, but our whole setup got crazy.
If you had the laptop, you could. Boom! I told you.
Okay. Anyway.
Men rock.
I'm comfortable with my phone, so I'm around in circles and loop-de-loops and inside out, upside down. Who knows? This is really crazy, but crazy good. And there's been, over the course of the last year or so, I've made incredible breakthroughs in my life, in my spiritual life, in my well-being. And I kind of wanted to lay bare the journey and my experiences and have conversation. So initially, and I want to say, put this right out there, at least this will lead directly to the human ascension topic. And it started in 2016 when I saw my first Mandela effect. I have a video, it was one of my first videos, about the Berenstain Bears is what caught my attention. So I do have a video that goes through that whole thing. During this time, I was coming out of a very long-term mentally and emotionally abusive relationship, and had started doing I've got weird faces up, but I don't know how to do that. Had started doing some personal development, actually quite a bit, reading every book I could get my hands on, meditating. I started jogging. So that was kind of what I threw myself into as the relationship was coming to a close. And then it took a really bad turn and I went into a really deep depression. So I forgot about the Mandela effect until spring of last year. And as most people do with the Mandela effect, I went headfirst into the rabbit hole, ready to just be on top of everything, see what was changing, and compare it with my memories. It got to the point where I was seeing regular Mandela effect changes in my personal life on a day-to-day basis. I started to be able to predict what was going to change in my general vicinity, and it would. So anyway.
Sheryl Crow?
Huh?
You want to hear Sheryl Crow?
Sure.
Here it comes.
And I knew that there was something more to the Mandela effect than a psyop or whatever the theories that are out there. I felt in my heart initially that can you turn that down, please? A little bit. Knew in my heart that it was a culmination of things. It was a culmination of the initially I thought it was the quantum computers, but as time went on, it was a little bit more in depth than that. Quantum computers, CERN, the end times prophecies coming to fruition. I definitely knew there was a divine hand in all of it. And so I started seeking down that path and started coming across all the videos on human ascension and light bodies and light workers. And it just sung so true to me, and have continued to go down that path. And I've been very quiet about it. And in fact, so quiet that when I finally gathered my stones for my my meditations to place on my chakras, I have a beautiful lapis lazuli that has a lot of gold inclusions in there. And it was choking me out in my meditations. And I came to the conclusion that that was because I wasn't letting my voice really ring out and speak my truth. I knew that I was speaking some of my truth in my videos. That's what I started with. And I've spoken on my personal Facebook page, profile page, nothing about any of this. And it was starting to really grate on me. So I thought I'd start here. I knew at the beginning of the year I was probably going to be starting a channel. And also that I was probably going to start being very forward in my experiences and my understandings, as one of my really good friends, Captain Lee's, coined in my mind anyway. So, and here I am, middle of the year, going very public about being a light worker and being so happy and thankful and grateful to be alive on this realm at this time, to see humanity become so much more than we were told we could be. Since, let's see, started getting really into the spiritual aspect in April when I decided that I was going to move in with my girlfriend and be leading my career of almost 20 years, and started following my every little whim. I see you, Burma. Thank you for coming. Mel, I see you too. So where did I go? Leave off. Oh, April. I moved in with my girlfriend and really dove deep into my spirituality. I started doing a lot of meditations, and following my every thought and finding myself in places where exactly I was supposed to be doing exactly what I was supposed to be doing with the people I was exactly supposed to be with. My synchronicities that came along with the Mandela effect got even more frequent, and it's been quite a journey, very deep into myself. It was about 2 months ago now in one of my meditations. It was after an incident amongst a group of in a group of individuals that brought a lot of my programs up to my attention, and I was seeking to just send love and peace and calm and self-love to somebody, really working on my telepathic abilities, my healing abilities, and came out of sending that love to that person and got a flash of a face that was humanoid but not human. And I just was a little surprised, and that face was just a flash, and then got flashed back my own eyes, and I realized I was being talked to of sorts, and I kind of giggled and thought back. Mel, I'm sure we were. We'll talk later in Discord. I laughed and said, "Yeah, that's me," and haha, that's funny, Mel. I started looking. I have a really good friend who channels a Andromedan, a Pleiadian, and I knew that I should go to her, and found out the name of the entity that was communicating with me. Goes by the name of Morala, who represents my higher self aspect. She is also Andromedan and is fantastic. I have started working on my healing abilities. I knew a long time ago that I had natural capabilities, but I used them inadvertently, and always was wondering why I was so damn tired all the time. It was because I was healing people without realizing it. So I had started working on that. In August of last year, I went to a 3-day personal growth seminar where they gave me this wonderful tool called the Workshop of the Mind. The workshop, or the seminar that I went to, really gets into the subconscious level of the mind, and the Workshop of the Mind was a guided meditation that we were in as a group, where we built our own workspace in our mind where we could access all the files that we have and play movies and change movies, a computer and phone. And probably the biggest gift in that in that workshop was they asked us to build a doorway or a portal or something where we could call people into our space. Which was then later on used for another activity. But that portal and the activity that followed later really made me understand how deeply connected the collective is. And every time I've done that activity with somebody since, I'm usually about 98% right on. So dived deep into working on my healing abilities, and those are getting really strong, and I'm really thankful for all of my friends that are healers that have been teaching me. I started off, I knew a lot about anatomy and physiology because of the nature of my work, so that's what I started off on, and then all of my friends who have taught me about chakras and energy systems, and I started being able to do light work, energy work, healing as well. And the more I understood the chakras and source, then I was able to start helping people calm down, feel loved. Thank you. Hi Cap, I just mentioned you earlier. I don't know how long you've been around. I'm trying to talk and acknowledge you guys, but I get on a roll and then I get off track, and anyway. So then started doing a lot of purposeful meditations. Oh, and since I connected with Morala, when I go into meditation, there's very little that I can remember, because I get in there, I get contact, and then I get promptly put into, good, I'm glad, Mel. I get promptly thrown into a deep trance meditation, and I'm not allowed to remember much. If I do, it comes out when I'm speaking. I have also started to conscious channel Morala, but it's not at will right now. And I understand conscious channeling as taking the back seat. I'm aware of what's going on. I know words are coming out of my mouth. I can feel my body, but I'm not driving the car. Um, but that came a little bit later, after 2 weeks ago, when I met my twin flame, which is also in another video below. Um, his being here has helped me dive even further into all of this. He is so passionate and so in love with everybody, in love with Source, in love with himself, in love with me. And he's dived very deep into his growth and his raising his frequency, that it's propelled me down my path as well. I also picked up a deck of Akashic Tarot cards, and have been working with them a lot. And we did 2 reading lives on Ray's channel, which I'll get everything rearranged on. I'll be up. Might as well work on fixing my
They
YouTube.
can click my thing right there.
Oh yeah, I know, but for people in the replay. Yep, exactly, Lenny. Rabbit hole journey right to the center of the human mind. that is so true. That is so true. I just wish I could remember more. But I also realized that I'm only allowed to remember what I am safely allowed to remember right now. I'm trying to say, open my third eye. Mel, you know what? Let's help each other open our third eyes. And yes, we do need to get a meditation going here very soon. I'm glad we fixed your foot. And I'm just scrolling back through here. I don't want to not acknowledge anybody. I see I've got 13 people. Hi, people. So this is the first time I've really out loud to the public talked about Morala. That has been probably one of the biggest discoveries of my life, in just my personal remembrances of past lives, which I didn't have any memories of past lives up until I came into contact with Ray. That coming into contact with my twin flame definitely opened that availability to me. There's a life in Egypt. I remember I've seen his face as a Viking. I feel very connected to a geisha. Anyway, there's several past lives that are popping up in my remembrances. Not full pictures and ideals of how it went, but feelings and sensations, and every now and again a little flash. Sometimes I look at his face and that I see a past life face, so it's pretty interesting. Cartomancy. What's cartomancy? Lenny, it is very possible that you were in Egypt with me. I don't know. Definitely he was a Viking. He was an absolute dolt. But we were absolute equals. And I have a feeling, a sense, that I fought at his side instead of being the wife at home. Pert. You know what, Mel? It would not surprise me that a majority of the members of the Flame all shared a life together in Egypt. There's been some other things that I've figured out, but I'm not ready to talk about yet. Because I need to figure out a little bit more of the logistics of all of that before I start talking about it, because I don't ever want to spit something out that isn't true. Boom's in the house. Da, da, da. Oh, playing cards for divination? Interesting. Well, that actually makes sense because you can go with the same idea as the tarot and just the numerology and the shapes of the cards. That makes a lot of sense in regards to what they. Anyway, where was I? Help. Oh yeah. So yes, the Akasha. Oh my gosh, you guys. You used to be pistachio. Bob, that does not surprise me that you used to be a pistachio. Probably ate you at one point. I love pistachios. They're so yummy. Okay, now that I've gone through my story. So anybody who's popping in now, you'll have to watch the replay to get the rundown of... I knew I was going to put it all into a nutshell because I usually have very short videos. But I also wanted to get on here and just speak to the people that have subscribed, that have supported me. Do some tarot readings if we want. If somebody needs some healing work, I am happy to do that. I'll have Ray take down the list of the healing requests. Why are you pointing down? Oh, okay. Bum bum, Joker as a fool and the hanging man. Hi, Terrace. Welcome, welcome, welcome. However you got here, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for coming.
Chocolate.
Chocolate. Yes. Chocolate. Ha! Bob, you're funny. Anyway, so for the rest of this time, I think we'll just kind of chitty chat around. If anybody has any questions about me, my journey. Yeah. Well, and I'm here because I love you. I'm here because I love humanity. I'm here because it's time for me to start speaking truth in regards to the human ascension and the fact that we are leaving. We've left 3D. We're almost out of 4D. Things are coming to fruition.
I'm Ray.
This is Ray, my twin flame. He likes to butt in. This is my video.
Now they know what I look like.
You can come back. I'm giving you a hard time. Oh, he's on.
Move.
Move. Oh. Anyway, we're here as light workers to bring light to the world and to help other people remember who they are, who they were, who they have been this whole time, to get ourselves out of running our lives. Thanks, Mel. He absolutely is. Well, I know we're gonna get there too, Lenny. Right now, I'm kind of walking the line between 4D and 5D. There's been a few days where I have had a very hard functioning in the real world. And try working and cutting somebody's hair and formulating color when you've sun gazed for 25 minutes in the morning prior to going and mixing color, and your brain is interesting. Sorry, someone's Facebook messaging me. Getting hit with DMT while you're trying to work. So that's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun.
No mint, Bob.
So guys, with your all right. Who's messing with my cards?
You're not.
Maybe. All right. Anyway, Burma, I see synchronicities all day, every day. Literally, almost every 30 seconds. Between license plates and songs and words and cards popping out. So I don't know who's messing with my cards, but these are the cards that popped out. And since Therese, you were messing with the cards, so these were the ones that popped out. So we will check this out. First card that popped out is the Eight of Forces. The lightning bolt in reverse. I'll put it upright so you can see it upright.
I said it was not a new.
No, it wasn't Kat. It was Therese. She owned it.
Oh, my bad.
Eight of Forces. Lightning in reverse. A lightning bolt illuminates a stormy night sky, striking a tree down to its core. Puddles of rain pool upon the ground. This is an exceptional, in reverse, this is an exceptional time of dynamic force and energy. You may have suffered a loss, but the storm is dispersing. Some cleanup might be required, but it's time to set down new roots, to seek new ground and new growth. Apply your energy to whatever compels you now. When this card is reversed, a bolt of lightning reaches up to crack the heavens. It is nothing less than the divine power that moves through you and rises up from the depths of creation. Own it. It's a force that can help you light up the earth. Now, these cards come with what's called an Akashic Force, which is basically a mini meditation. So I'll go ahead and read that. Imagine a lightning bolt striking nearby, leaving some destruction in its wake. Now close your eyes, and with a deep breath, feel the energy of lightning stir within you. It's almost as if the finger of God is yours to employ. How do you want to direct this energy in your life? And then your next card is the Five of Roses. The garden, upright. Two children play in a sunny, lush green garden. A boy shoots a slingshot while a girl next to him watches a butterfly in the flowers with a magnifying glass. If children aren't a part of your life already, this card could show their arrival. It could also indicate that your children, even adult children, could become more of a focus for you. They may have some concerns of their own, but even so, opportunities for things to mend come easily right now. There also may be real change and benefit for one of your children who has made a special effort recently. There's a special note with this card that says whether upright or reversed, you can look to the adjacent card, the one to which the boy is shooting and the girl is looking. To get more insight on the children around you and their issues, apply the details and people in this card nearby to the present and future children in your life. Oh, Therese, I'm so sorry to hear that, sweetie. Well, things are going to look up, obviously. The Akashic Force for this card says, close your eyes, stepping into the garden, become the child you used to be in your heart and mind. Let the child within you take a look around for one of the children in your life who is also playing here. What new perspective do you have when the child you are meets a child around you? There wasn't a second card or a third card that popped out, but I'm going to pull the one that's right on top. And this one is in the Major Arcana for Viet, birth. The sun shines upon a plain in England where stands an ancient henge in the distance and a grove of birch trees nearby. Upon many of the trees is carved the old Celtic Ogham letter Biet, which represents the birch tree and stands for birth. A beautiful woman walks forward carrying a basket while two children run happily toward her. With this card reversed, you may find challenges or delays with a pregnancy or romance. They may also be difficulties for one of your children or between you and a child. Technical difficulties. Welcome to my quantum affected life. Of course, everything's all screwed up. Stop messing with my energies, you guys. Between you, there also may be some difficulties for one of your children or between you and a child. It could be possible that a child may be leaving for college or going away. Feelings of love Lovelessness or an unfilled desire for home and family may be present as well. Be strong and tap the boundless love within. It is a force that can change everything. Sometimes birth reversed indicates a difficulty in finding your purpose, which requires investigation now. You may be surprised to find clues about your future purpose by looking into your past and even your past lives. Keep looking and don't be dismayed. Your new purpose is waiting to be born. Finally, this card reversed also shows a delay with other new beginnings, such as new jobs and creative projects. In some cases, it's simply that an external opportunity has not presented itself yet. It could also signal that you must work harder and gather your courage to take the first step. Still, this reversal doesn't mean an end to your new start. It just might require finding a different way to go about it. Close your eyes and imagine yourself stepping into the proverbial pregnant moment. Feel the creative forces popping and sparking within and around you. What would you like to create with this energy? So coming out of that loss, you're probably going to be finding some resolution to that within yourself. Sorry, my camera. You guys, this is... Whoa. Yikes. Therese, I'm glad that those spoke to you. I don't know precisely what's going on, but I think your situation is going to come to a happy conclusion. So just, go back to your childlike self. Finish those feelings of grief over that loss, and have patience in whatever it is that you're looking to do. I don't know. Are you looking to get pregnant? What is the thing? I don't know. Okay, so trees in the yard woke you up to the Emmy. Yeah, things are, really, everything is all messed up. And it started off being little minimal things, but then, you throw in the anatomy changes, which are nonstop. Of course, now I know that's because we're getting upgrades. We're preparing for our new home, our old home, our real home. DNA activation. Oh, Bob. Everyone can get their turn. I'm in no hurry. We can be here as long as we need to be. So I've got Mel, I've got Burma, and I've got Bob. All right. So before, as I shuffle these for Mel, so anyone who's not familiar with the Akashic deck, this is a way to access your Akashic records, which have now been opened to us. And they talk to us in forms of the tarot, of astrology, numerology, books, music. It's all there for our taking to understand. We don't ask cards, yes or no questions, either or questions. I do simple 3-card readings unless we need more cards to better understand the spread. The 3 cards are near the past, which can be as close as an hour ago or further back, current, and the future or the resolution card, steps to action. So Mel, let's see. Mel, I want you to think about whatever it is that you want to know. You don't have to type it in the chat if you don't want to. It's not necessary. I'm connected with you energetically. I know your feel. Whatever your higher self thinks you need to know. All right. Let's see. All right. First card. 19, reflection. Second card, 5 of Roses, the garden. And 12, the scribe in reverse. And I don't have anybody's, I would be giving wrenches, but everything got all jacked up when I messed up earlier, so I'm sorry. I'll fix it next time I'll go on the computer. Okay, Mel. So you have 2 major arcana in your spread, and you have the 5 of roses in the center at the present moment. 19, the reflection. A full moon shines brightly over a quiet lake as a small ship glides gently through the water. The glow of the ship's lantern is reflected on the lake's surface, along with the moonlight from above. This card can sometimes show a trip, particularly a trip over by water. More important, it can reveal that you now have a direct line to your psychic gifts. You are also more aware of your emotions and more reflective about them. You recognize the differences between your intuitive voice, which is calm and assured, and your lower emotional compulsions, which are urgent and sometimes fear-based. Let yourself gain even greater clarity and control over your emotions now. This also would be a great time for you to take classes in meditation, psychic development, counseling, healing, and other psychological and spiritual arts. And if you have such an interest, your yin side is wide open and your receptivity is high. Trust your inner voice and you'll be guided to greatness. Close your eyes and feel yourself filled with an emotional peace as calm as a still lake. You are now in a state of intuitive reflection. Open yourself to a word or image from spirit and trust the first thing you get. Let yourself receive. Five of roses. Okay, if cards come up again, I'll read the card again because we might get something different by reading it for the other cards. 2 children play in a sunny, lush green garden. A boy shoots a slingshot while a girl next to him watches a butterfly in the flowers with a magnifying glass. If children aren't a part of your life already, this card could show their arrival. It also could indicate that your children, even adult children, could become more of a focus for you. They may have some concerns of their own, but even so, opportunities for things to mend come easily right now. There also may be real change and benefit for one of your children who has made a special effort recently. They're very advantageous time for the children around you. Enjoy it and help them enjoy it too. So whether upright or reverse, you can look at the adjacent card to get more insight on the children around you and their issues. Apply the details of people in this card nearby card to the present children in your future life, which they're pointing to the scribe in reverse next to it. Close your eyes, stepping into the garden. Become the child you used to be in heart and mind. Let the child within you take a look around for one of the children in your life who is also playing here. What new perspective do you have when the child you are meets a child around you? Now, these figures in the card could be representative, not necessarily children. I know you don't have kids, Mel. Of people in your life, or projects, because yours runs so closely with relationships. So let's see what the scribe, number 12 in reverse, says.
How do you spell foreign?
I'm spelling that out for you right now. I'm in the middle of reading.
Wow.
The learned scribe writes at a high desk. Nearby are a number of other working scribes. In some ancient societies, scribes were simply copiers of holy texts. But in many, they were the most learned men of their time. People well versed in law, scripture, philosophy, history, and more. You may be ignoring opportunities for higher learning or uplifting discovery, studies that can take you far above where you find yourself today. Or you may have been asked to lead a group or share your gifts in some way, and you haven't responded. In a personal matter, you could be closing your mind to new and broader thought, which limits you from dealing with that issue successfully. Stop holding yourself back. There is more for you, much more. If you assume the mantle of higher intellect every moment, open your mind and keep opening it. Know that this is much more than just positive thinking. It's power thinking. During this time, writing projects you wish to pursue may seem thwarted. Let yourself step back and take some time. Other opportunities for such submissions will be coming. If you're involved in a legal situation, be sure to find the right person to help you, as you may be meeting lawyers or professionals who present themselves falsely. Investigate thoroughly and use your intuition so you don't get misled. If you're diligent, you can find the right counsel. Think of an interest that you would like to pursue. With a deep breath, feel your desire to make this discovery or expand it further. Find a book today that helps you open this door tomorrow. You guys with the crazy chat. Bum, 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 bum. Get me right up close and oh wow. I'm taking it, Amber, that this is speaking to you, which makes me really happy. Obviously, you got some stuff you've been trying to get done and you've not been doing it, and it's time to start doing it. Okay, we can talk about it a little bit later, so we can hash that out, because I'm really curious about the children bit. But it also could just refer to you being in your childlike mind state in regards to pursuing those projects as well, and just taking that. I figured as much. Taking that leap and just going for it. I love having my people here. Wow, there's 12 people here. Cool.
12, good number.
It is. 1 and 2 is 3. And 8 likes. You guys are awesome. You're welcome, Mel. That is my pleasure. And then we can chit chat later in Discord. I will fix everything. I'll make sure. I had it. It was so pretty. My description for my first live stream. I had, Ray's links in there. His Twitter. I had the Discord server. Anyway. Yeah. Burma. Your turn. Ray and I also are starting to link my PayPal account to our channels, not because we're trying to create an income off of this, but it does take money to live, and just donations if you are so led. Just because I'm doing the top chat with this too. I don't know, you guys. I'm just playing around. I don't know anything about this. I'm just getting started, and I'll probably he wants to get all fancy with it, but I don't know. Fancy. I kind of like this. I like this raw stuff. It keeps me real and keeps me grounded.
They have chat somewhere independently of the camera.
Okay, Burma.
And to be across multiple platforms at once.
True.
All in one chat on one screen.
I don't care about the lighting and the...
Nah.
All that.
Just like this. 2 laptops.
Yep, you got that right, Bob. It's all about feeling good, being happy, spreading that love.
The seeker of truth understands.
Yep.
I love spaceships. All
right. Burma, give me a thumbs up when you have your question in mind, or if you feel you want to. Aha! Okay, well, we'll put her on the list. I've got Bob, and then we can do Yonanda. Okay, higher self. Burma had her turn before you. You're funny. Yeah. All right, girl. 19, reflection in reverse. Who said that? Boom Boom. I would love to do one for you, Boom Boom. 2 of forces, willow in reverse. 2 of keys, the treasure. I think I already have a feeling about this, but that's just me. 19, reflection in reverse. A full moon shines brightly over a quiet lake as a small ship glides gently through the water. The glow of the ship's lantern is reflected on the lake's surface along with the moonlight from above. Reversed, this card can indicate a canceled or changed trip. However, it often goes much deeper than that. Water, the symbol of your emotional energy, is now on top. It washes over you, blocking your reflective experience and disrupting your life's journey. Indeed, you may have been experiencing an inner battle between your emotional needs and your intuitive voice, with the emotions often winning. The astral energy that feeds your psychic sensitivity can get lost when the lower emotions take over. It's time to look within and understand the emotional storms that are influencing you. Do they stem from lack or fear? Find out what motives your emotional ups and downs. Meditate to reconnect to your source. When you calm the emotional seas, you will again be illuminated from above. Close your eyes and feel yourself filled with an emotional peace as calm as a still lake. You are now in a state of intuitive reflection. Open yourself to a word or image from spirit and trust the first thing you get. Let yourself receive. Okay, trying to catch up on chat. 2 of forces, the willow in reverse. This card has been coming up a lot lately, so, and I'm not really surprised to see it in your spread, Burma. A big, beautiful willow tree stands in the summer sun. This stately tree is strong and flexible, and this card in reverse indicates that the winds of change or conflict are blowing around you. Don't try to fight, or you may be uprooted. Instead, stay flexible and bend with the demands of the times. While it may appear to be a period of total upheaval, like the willow, you are strong and capable of bending without breaking. Stay centered, yet adaptable within the circumstances swirling around you. You have deep and strong roots in your spiritual identity, so rely on them now. This cycle of uncertainty will pass. In the meantime, let yourself be open to the guidance of the Akashic records. You are grounded in their wisdom and truth. Let yourself receive the power there. Take a deep breath and feel yourself plant energetic roots through the bottom of your feet, moving down to the very depths of the earth and tapping the resources you need. Notice the strength you feel rising up from this profound source of energy. Bye, Mel. Get some rest. Two of keys. 2 of keys. The treasure. The treasure. The treasure. A man looks dejectedly at a smashed treasure chest in a room that obviously has been robbed and plundered. Behind him, a stream of light shines from below the lid of an unbroken chest that rests on a small table, the only piece of furniture in the room that hasn't been touched. This card represents a great loss or disappointment in your life right now. It could be the loss of a job, a relationship, or even an opportunity. But remember that this phase is temporary. It might take some time and effort to rally your forces to recover, but there is a great treasure within you that is always available. The little chest represents that part of you that is filled with light. It isn't vulnerable, and it can never be lost or damaged. When you focus on what's wrong or what's lacking, It perpetuates your sense of emptiness and victimization. So don't let yourself get lost in your loss. Open the lid to your light and let it illuminate your way. There are other opportunities and greater wealth waiting for you to discover. Close your eyes and feel the treasure inside you. There is a golden light there that flows through your whole body and into the air around you. This is your boundless and abundant light, and it acts as a beacon to the world. Berm, we'll talk about that one later, if you want to, but I think we both know what this is about, so I'm not going to go in there. Gotta ground. Put some energy back in the body. Chocolate, yay! You're welcome, Burma. I love you. 2 bottles of water?
Well, you like one, you don't like the other. Cooler Ranch, mother.
Yeah, you're right. I like this one better. That one's for you then.
Yep. I just finished the other one.
I can hear you, Bob. I can hear you, Bob. It's your turn. This ought to be interesting.
I'd like to have a chit chat with Bob over a cup of coffee. Maybe a pastry.
Everyone wants to have a cup of coffee or a cup
See what
of tea
makes them
with.
tick.
Awesome. I would love that, Burma. I appreciate it. Bob, what are you asking right now? Are you guys loving the imagery on these cards?
Girl, Bobby, you girl.
So funny. Yes, we sing it, Bob. You ask nothing. What are they going to respond to? You want to play? Nah. There's people in here who actually want a reading. So if you want a reading, ask. You don't have to put it in chat. You can just think about it. Huh. Interesting. I'm surprised the cards aren't jumping all over the place for you, Bob.
Thumbs up when you're ready, Bob.
Aw, cat, you're so sweet. All right. Bob Ban. 1, the Oracle of Delphi. 11, the Ark of the Covenant. Bob. 2 of Roses, the Winged Messenger in reverse.
It's probably loud.
And now my camera went all crazy. 10-10 up top. And lots of 1s in your reading. Well, I'm just saying there's some things I've got too much in my head right now. 1, the Oracle of Delphi. The Pythia, or the Priestess of Delphi, sits upon a high 3-legged seat. Steam gently rises from the small fissure in the ground. Nearby, a robed priest prepares to write upon an open scroll. While the Pythia psychically receives the perceptions from Apollo, it is the priest who interprets her pronouncements. In this, we see the 2 important keys in psychic experience: perception and interpretation. When you receive this card, you're in a time of great insight and psychic power. Even if you don't recognize it yet, it lies very close to your consciousness because you have used this gift in so many past lives. You may get images or feelings without knowing how to interpret them. Take notes as you practice both your psychic perceptions and their interpretations. Just as they gave the Oracle of Delphi a profound awareness, your psychic perceptions and their interpretations give you a powerful insight and an Akashic vision of the world. Close your eyes, Bob, and go within. Feel your psychic energy growing. expanding upward from the very depths of your being. Now, notice the first thing that you sense. (11) Ark of the Covenant. The stars are shining on a serene desert night. Fires burn before a number of white tents. Inside one of the tents, just beyond the open front flaps, rests the Ark of the Covenant. 2 men sit by a crackling fire nearby. At the most mundane level, this card can represent a beneficial legal contract or title transfer. It also can show successfully working with professionals such as brokers and lawyers. Most often, it indicates that you are living true to your own karmic contract, facing your lessons of growth, working towards greater discoveries, and bringing your unique contribution to the world. Your karma does not rule you, you rule it. When the work becomes too great, taking a rest doesn't break with your covenant. It supports it. You understand the phases of time and energy, and you work within those phases. Some of your karmic directives at this time may involve other people. If so, make sure there is no urgency, need, or personal agenda in play. Don't let yourself get pulled into an emotional drama. Know that the things that require your attention now reflect a commitment that has a far-reaching influence, that you may impact your present as well as your future lives. So continue to work towards your highest purpose, to uphold the sacred covenant you have to touch the world with your light. Close your eyes and imagine the Ark of the Covenant opening before you. Within it, you see the contract that contains your highest purpose. What is that purpose? Sense one word and one action you can take today to pursue it. What you're up to? 2 of Roses, the Winged Messenger, in reverse.
Is John here?
I don't know. A white dove carries a message in his beak and flies high above a table laid out for tea. One of the teacups has fallen over, and there are broken pieces of china on the table. Below the dove, a hawk flies into the scene with a message in his beak. Reversed, the conflict has grown with this reversal. The table's disrupted, and it seems no one can come together. The hawk, a bird of prey, flies over the dove. Your fears and feelings may be drowning out the voice of your spirit, which makes it more and more difficult for you to promote peace within and around you. You may have to deal with some people or financial issues that seem damaging at this moment. Be careful that you aren't asked to give more than you have. Though the situation may seem very difficult, it's really a matter of everyone making an effort to set things right. Those who are involved certainly may seem more intractable and understandable to listen now. Or intractable and unable to listen now. It's important to do what you can, but also step away from the conflict when others are determined to have their way. Even when this card is reversed, the dove reveals that the power of your spirit is your foundation and is always there to support you. Whether this card is upright or reversed, you can gain further insight from a neighboring card. The hawk has just taken off from his perch in the card behind him. Look to that card to find out more about this conflict and its resolution. Let your spirit tell if there are any past life influences at play in this situation. And the hawk is taking off from the Ark of the Covenant card. So you got to look back to that present situation that we just discussed with the Ark of the Covenant. What are you saying here? Bob knows things. Yes, you do, Bob. You've been sitting back and watching, waiting, growing. Collaborative efforts, maybe. And moving forward with that, keeping communication in mind is what I get from that. Bob, you are very enigmatic, sir.
Damn it, I got chocolate on the damn keyboard.
Oh, vey. And you guys are talking about the strangest things in chat. All right. Interesting. Bob, I'd be interested to you're welcome. I'd be interesting to see what they spoke to you. I'll pop in Discord after we're done here. I'm gonna do one last reading for Boom Boom. Okay, Boom Boom. You can ask whatever you want. If you want a general reading, if you want a message from your higher self, if there's a situation or relationship that you're wanting some more insight on, give me a thumbs up when you're good to go. Boom, boom.
The Boom Boom Room. Sorry.
Okay, well, this one popped out, so 5 of Forces, summer and winter. 3 of Roses, loving elementals. And I know those are all reverse. And 19, reflection in reverse.
$4.99.
Well, that's the first jumper I've had in all these readings. This really surprises me considering the people that I know are in this room are here. But most of you are pretty grounded, so. Oh, and I have to do Yonanda too. Oh, Yonanda. Kat, are you still here?
I is. Meow.
Meow.
She's always here.
5 of Forces, summer, winter, upright. The seasonal cycle card reveals how best to spend your energy at this time. The beautiful sunlit sky of summer overlooks farmers working hard on their growing crops. Summer is a yang time of great creativity and great activity. So this is your notice to get going. Action is an important part of this cycle, and it can take many forms. There may be something you can do to accelerate your personal life. This may also be the perfect time to take steps towards your goals, your personal goals. Perhaps get more exercise, plan more social events, or start a fun activity you've been wanting to do. You might also reflect on what actions or perspective would attract a new romance or enhance your love life. This card tells you to consider what needs to be done, then go for it. This cycle is a perfect time to create a smiling, self-loving energy and project it outward and project it outward for the world to see. Also, don't be surprised if a trip is coming your way. This card implies movement of some kind, so get ready. Lenny, you don't need to hold space for my deck. They come as they need to be. Sometimes that's the forces at play. Let's see what's going on here. Close your eyes and with a deep breath, fill yourself with the calm and receptivity and a receptive energy of yin. Sense what situation in your life requires a peaceful yielding now. Then take another deep breath. Exhale the yin and then inhale yang. Feel creative and powerful yang energy fill you. Where do you want to apply speed and action most in your life right now? Been doing some work, huh, Boom Boom? Let's see what's going on right now. 3 of Roses, loving elementals. Playful fairies and water sprites frolic in the air around a little child. They fill the air with expanding joy and happiness. Although many people don't believe in the elementals, nature spirits of all kinds do exist, and they have more power than can be imagined. They live in the elements of earth, air, wind, and fire. and they're willing to share the guidance, well-being, and inspiration of the Akashic records that exist in the natural world. This card is here to tell you that joy will soon be increasing. It also encourages you to remember to have fun, which I'm sure you don't need to be reminded of that. Bring more playfulness to your daily life. Oh, watch out, everybody. She's been given carte blanche. Let yourself sing a little and laugh a lot. Call on the elementals to inspire you in this and in other areas. They are a font of fun and upliftment that can expand the joy in your life in great measure. Close your eyes and feel the air abuzz with the flight and dance of elementals all around you. Feel yourself smile in the happy lightness of being they bring. Every time you take a moment to do this, you open your heart to joy.
I'm making dinner.
Can you wait until I'm done with these cards? Please? Yeah. Loud. Sorry, guys. Playing house. Yeah. Oh no, I'll agree with you on Bob. That there's some definite sprites at play in her life as well. Whether it's spirit beings or personal human beings of human. And then the 19, reflection in reverse. A full moon shines brightly over a quiet lake as a small ship glides gently through the water. The glow of the ship's lantern is reflected on the lake's surface, along with the moonlight from above. Reversed, this card can indicate a canceled or changed trip. However, it often goes much deeper than that. Water, the symbol of your emotional energy, is now on top. Washes over you, blocking your reflective experience and disrupting your life's journey. Indeed, you may have been experiencing an inner battle between your emotional needs and your intuitive voice, with the emotions often winning. The astral energy that feeds your psychic sensitivity can get lost when the lower emotions take over. It's time to look within and understand the emotional storms that are influencing you. Do they stem from lack or fear? Find out what motivates your emotional ups and downs. Meditate to reconnect to your source. When you calm the emotional seas, you will again be illuminated from above. Close your eyes and feel yourself filled with an emotional peace as calm as a still lake. You are now in a state of intuitive reflection. Open yourself to get a word or image from spirit and trust the first thing you get. Let yourself receive. I take that as a warning to be aware of some programs that might pop up while you're working on whatever it is that you're working on, in regards to your emotions coming in the way. It's going to be really important for you to meditate and get centered as you approach those. But you will take from these cards what you need to take from them. I've got all these wonderful shots. It's so weird doing this on. You guys are funny. You guys send him outside to piss. No, here. So funny. Okay. This is the final one. This is the Big Bang. This is the for our wonderful Andromedan friend Yananda. Kat, does Yananda have a specific question that she's asking? Hi, nobleness. Welcome. So glad to have you in here. I don't even know if you took the tablet with them or not. Nobleness, you should let me do a one for you on another time. It's pretty incredible how succinct these are. It plays right into the synchronicities and everything lining up. It's a really good way to stay on track, or at least get an. All right, Yananda, four cards, Yananda. Really? Okay. No, that does not, no. That's not how it works, Yananda. Ask. Don't force. Well, if they were meant to be, they will come again. And if she makes 4 more cards pop off.
You're so cute, babe.
Okay. Fine then. One of Forces, the Akashic Field. 2 of Forces, the Willow in reverse. I caught them. Caught them before they went flying. Then we have the 7 of Keys. The Ascent. 4 of Forces, Spring and Autumn. All right, Ananda. Well, you threw in an extra card here. So I'm going to assume that the 1, the Akashic Field, is an overview. Something to concentrate on for the rest of the reading. And we'll move forward from there. 1 of Forces. Bob is very loved. We're all very loved. Like the Akashic Field, the Aurora Borealis flows with energy and brilliance as charged particles from the sun interact with atoms in the Earth's atmosphere. The 93 million miles from the sun to the Earth is nothing compared to the limitless consciousness of the Akashic Field. All information, power, energy, and experiences vibrate within this realm of unending truth and possibility. And every bit of it can be yours. Receiving this card upright tells you that amazing opportunities abound at this time. You can increase and accelerate the experience by opening the doors to the Akashic records. Your life force energy resonates with universal synchronicity now, so you can explore the records and receive exactly the information that you need and the energy that can help. Engage in this pursuit with a conscious focus, write your intentions, and ask for inspiration. Meditate on the Akashic Field and visualize your goals. The universe is ready and willing to align with your heartfelt desires. And now is the time to make them happen. Does Yananda want the Akashic Force, the mini meditations? Yes, no? Kat, does Yananda want the Akashic Force, the mini meditation? Okay. Guys, and imagine yourself entering the boundless and brilliant Akashic Field. It's almost as if you're stepping upon the Milky Way, and all the stars roll out before you, offering their light and power. Feel this profound force igniting your dreams and lighting your way. All right then. 2 of Forces, the Willow in reverse. A big, beautiful willow tree stands. Anyway, I don't know how I got to that page. I was still on the 1 of Forces, but okay. A big, beautiful willow tree stands in the summer sun. The stately tree is strong and flexible, and this card upright is telling you that you are too. The willow spreads its roots deep and wide, creating a strong foundation that is capable of standing up to anything. Now is the time for you to stand tall and feel the support of the earth beneath your feet. Reverse, the willow indicates that the winds of change or conflict are blowing around you. Don't try to fight, or you may be uprooted. Instead, stay flexible and bend with the demands of the times. While it may appear to be a period of total upheaval, like the willow, you are strong and capable of bending without breaking. Stay centered yet adaptable within the circumstances swirling around you. You have deep and strong roots in your spiritual identity, so rely on them now. The cycle of uncertainty will pass in the meantime. Let yourself be open to the guidance of the Akashic records. You are grounded in their wisdom and truth. Let yourself receive the power there. Take a deep breath and feel yourself plant energetic roots through the bottom of your feet, moving down to the very depths of the earth and tapping the resources you need. Notice the strength you feel rising up from this profound source of energy.
Wow.
It is snuggly in here. Lots of really good love vibrations going on. All right. Yolanda, you need to chill. That's what I get out of that one. Just saying. 7 of Keys. 7 of Keys. The Ascent.
Wow.
Sorry. A man stands atop a mountain with a rope draped over his shoulder. Metal stakes known as pitons remain in the steep cliff face that he has climbed, evidence of the difficult path of his ascent. The rope and pitons might have been the physical keys necessary for his achievement, but so were his hard work and resolve. This card shows that with great effort and determination, you can apply yourself to your goals for assured success. Though there may be some risks involved, you can reach the top. There could be a promotion or advance to a much higher position coming. Understand, however, that it isn't just luck or external influences, but your own hard work and application that bring the achievement you seek. So keep your efforts strong. Instead of being passed by, you will climb to the heights. There is a goal high above you, and you have a climb to a steep hill to get there. Close your eyes and feel filled with energy and enthusiasm for this goal. See how you can apply yourself to this endeavor. What steps can you take to reach the top? Yananda, can you turn it down just a little bit, please? Making my whole back is on fire. Stop.
Your turn.
And the 4 of Forces, spring and autumn. Doesn't surprise me that there's forces all over this spread. The spring card upright shows a budding tree and flowers beginning to bloom. It is one of the seasonal cycle cards, and it indicates that you are entering a time of planting and active preparation. Just as the spring is a very full time for the farmer who is tilling the ground and planting his crop, so let yourself put in a little more effort now as you lay the groundwork for the time ahead. This could be a very creative period for you. Take action in creative projects or work-related endeavors that require more time and attention. The work you do now could yield great rewards later. Make sure you engage in this extra activity with joy and optimism. You are always planting your energy into the Akashic records of your life. So as you work towards your goals, remember to plant hope and happiness along with all the action you take. Close your eyes and feel yourself stand tall, placing one foot in the spring and the other in the autumn. As you look at your life, ask yourself what step will help you plant a new situation and what step will help you harvest. See these actions before you now. Sounds like Yananda's got all the tools she needs between information that was previously unavailable now being available and hard work. There's obviously been a little bit of skepticism in your ability to make things work. But apparently you needed a reminder that you are stronger than you think. That's how I get it. Ugh, with the sneeze, really?
Son.
Okay. Yananda, I hope that gave you... Stop! I hope that gave you what you needed. Why are we talking about
Think
crib?
about Michael. Okay.
Anyway, and Yananda, you're still messing with my camera. I love you too. Oh man. Okay. We've been at this for an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, shame on you.
I know. This is the longest I've
You've
ever
wasted
been
so
live
much
on.
electricity.
Shut your face. Ever been on live. Thank you all for coming. I will start making regular live tarots. Also requests for healing and help. I'm always available. I have a never-ending supply of source energy that makes me so happy. You're very welcome, Theris. I hope that it sheds some light on your situation. You're right, Bob. Knowing what we know about Yananda, it's quite the reading, actually. It'll be interesting to see if she has any feedback to give Kat later. Oh, yes. Thank you. Two of spades. We're talking these. I don't know. Right now, my brain is like, whoa, with all of the energy that's been going on, especially with that last reading in Yananda, like all up on my back. So, nobleness, you're gonna have to give us the answer. No one understands the meaning of the two of spades, apparently. Lenny, as far as I'm understanding right now, our Akashic records are available to us now, and have been. So really, if you have a question, turn on the radio, pick up any book or a newspaper, and let it fall open and read a passage. Ray and I are seeing the things that come into our field of vision or our attention when we ask questions even of one another, or kind of just in our thinking out loud processes. The answers are right there.
20 seconds later.
Or 20 seconds later, yeah. The Akashic records, maybe they're in the basement of the Vatican, but everyone has the ability to access their own Akashic library at this point in time, as far as I'm understanding. Theris, thank you for coming. I'm gonna shut this down. I'll pop into Discord for a little bit and talk at you all there, and then I got to do some work on my channel, so everything's all nice and neat and easy to find it. So thank you for coming. Light and peace. Love you. Be kind to one another. Be kind to yourself.
Namaste.
Namaste.